Happy Father's Day. To the man who has worked tireless hours to make sure we had food and a roof over our heads. To the man who always made sure we were fine, kept us advised, and said his goodbyes before work while we stayed in our beds. To the man who learned to explore a new country and faced a new language, new people, and the unknown. To the man who kept us safe and helped us through college so we could grow. This man has fought silent battles and never once complained about being a dad, because he was very proud of his children and wanted us to see him happy and never sad. To the man I'm happy to call my father, because he will walk the world to no end. If it meant that his children could have better lives, he would break and he would bend. To the man whose hands show how hard he has worked for his family. To the man who taught us what was wrong and what was right. He prayed that one day we would be able to achieve what he wasn't able to. That we would one day reach the stars and shine so bright. To the man who never gave up even when things were bleak, and didn't try to run away when things weren't well. To the man who protected us and comforted us whenever we wept. A father who always had many stories to tell. To the man who has tended to my wounds and picked me up when I have fallen. To the man who has never stopped moving forward, because he taught me when you're down, you better first start crawling. Because he made sure I got on my feet and stayed behind me as I moved ahead with tears in my eyes. All the while, I always felt his support and how he would remind me everything would be fine. To the man who showed me how a man should treat me, because he was the first man I have ever loved. And I hope and I pray to God and the angels that he will remain here for a long time. Oh please, may my prayers be heard up above.
It's a whole new picture when you see yourself through God's eyes, because then you realize there is more to you than meets the eye. You were created for something more than just to live and die. It's a whole new picture when you realize that your truest identity is not defined by the sum of all the things you are ashamed or proud of, that your future is much brighter than your past ever was. See, this wasn't always our reality. There was a time when there was no time or place or hope for people like us. But God loved us before we knew what love was, with a love that knows no limits and it knows no end. A love that sacrificed everything for you because you meant that much, and you still do. If you paid close attention, you can sense it all around. It's in the life, in your breath, the blue of the ocean, the buzzing of the bees. It's in the beauty of the trees dancing gently to the breeze. God's love stays behind when everyone else leaves. It never stops giving. It never stops forgiving, like a river that never stops running. It keeps running, and running after you, it is relentless, like a missile locked on a target, dauntlessly waiting and waiting at the door, knocking. It is nothing like anything this world could ever give. It is refreshing, like a gentle waterfall. When fear rises and throws its weight around, and depression is slowly gaining ground, when you're down and out, and all you can ask is why. When laughter hides your silent cry, God sees you, and He is with you. He is not fed up or disgusted, disappointed or angry. God's heart for you is so much bigger than that. You are loved and you are His. You carry His name. Through crisis and chaos, His promises remain. He is faithful and He is more than able. God's heart for His children will never change. If He freely gave up Jesus, why wouldn't He provide your every need? Imagine what the Father must have felt watching His only Son bleed. As the nails were driven into His palms, He was driving home a personal message. Becky, or Mark, or Judith, or Chris, I could never love you less than this. I promise.
A godly father. It's one thing I'm so thankful to God for. I was born to a man that so many would long for. An example of man who mans up when it downpours. My dad is a man who stands tall when he's called for. A man of authority, but not of his own right. He stands in the place that he stands because he knows Christ. Submits to the King of the Kings first and foremost because a dad on his knees is the strongest of all folks. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's certainly not. But even in fallen, he shows what a man's got to do, not be stubborn or prideful of heart, but to humble himself because he knows that apart from humility, God can't do anything in him. So again, he submits unto God because he's willing to do whatsoever to carry his cross and to live as a tangible example of God. They say behind every great man is a woman. And there's no doubt my mother is sent straight from God. But she certainly couldn't be there if he wasn't a rock of integrity worth leaning on. See, the crazy thing is that my dad is so humble. He'd never request or imply that I mumble even a small word that speaks of his greatness, because he knows that without a Savior, he's nameless. But I pray this, that I've painted a picture, if in part, of the massive impact a dad has on a heart, and it pushes each father to be more like God, because the world needs him bad, and finding him's hard.
Courage and kindness, strength and gentleness, fortitude